Oh my god. So I just recorded 10 minutes, and it's interesting because when I have the most profound realizations and I record it are always the times where it doesn't work. It's funny how things work out, huh? Well, I'll attempt to recreate all the stream of consciousness that just flowed through my head just now. And it's interesting because when you don't prepare, actually, I notice is when you do come up with the most brilliant ideas. Well, anyways, so I woke up at 5 something this morning, and I don't know why, but I was propelled to just drive, and I think just get out of the house, we're right in the middle of the corona crisis, and so I want to open by discussing things I'm grateful for today, because I think it does open me into a place of abundance and a place of clarity and connectedness. So I want to first acknowledge all of you who is listening to this. Thank you for your support. I wanted to acknowledge, I met this lady named Amy yesterday who profoundly touched me by offering me such valuable feedback. She's a sales enablement manager, and she really touched me with all the amazing feedback she said about my blog. She was very blown away by my feedback, and she had all these questions for me. So I'm really excited to connect with her again today for half an hour. And lately I've been doing a lot of giving back, a lot of volunteering, a lot of help giving advice and helping others, and that's been really, really rewarding for me. But I was discussing earlier in my recording, I was discussing how spirituality has touched me. I interviewed this guy who has his own travel channel, very famous guy. So check out my latest podcast episode on the Davidson Hang podcast. But it was interesting because we had a conversation about spirituality, and honestly didn't expect to go there, but I certainly am not spiritual in the traditional sense, like I'm not religious or anything, but I am very connected to today, the beautiful sunrise, and even like the beautiful buildings, like the thousands of people who helped make the Empire State Building possible, and all the inventors, people who've created, the flashlight, to JP Morgan, to Vanderbilt, to all these amazing people that have literally changed the world. And I'm connected to every single one of us. You listening to this, my friends, my fiance, everyone. I'm very touched by every single one of you, and the beauty. Oh my God, that sunset is beautiful. The sun is just so perfectly red and orange, yellowish. Yeah. Sometimes it moves me to tears when I see how beautiful nature is, and the mountains and the trees and the flowers, and the sun's so perfectly circular right now. Lately, I've been contemplating and just reflecting on this amazing journey called life, and the people that I've been brought with, and the communities I'm a part of, and it's quite beautiful to be able to have impact. Just listening to Tim Ferriss's podcast this morning, him actually talking about how close he was to suicide, and how interesting and how depressed I was. Not to the point of suicide, but there was a lot of moments where I felt like I was worthless and had no impact, to now being able to impact hundreds of lives on a daily basis is very touching and humbling. And I just want to say I love you guys. The fact that you're listening to this from all these different countries, how connected we are, and some of you have given me feedback saying that I feel closer to you. I feel like I know you. It's amazing because that's exactly how I feel when I listen to Tim Ferriss or any of these other amazing podcasters. So thank you for letting me know. That honestly gives me a lot of hope. It gives me purpose. It gives me clarity around what I'm doing, and that I know that I make a difference, and honestly that you all make a difference as well. It's beautiful to see. My mom shared with me something that made me very sad the other day, that I think she was like diagnosed with like bipolar, so that's where she had some of her depression, which came from her abortions. So it definitely made me sad that I'm living this super happy life. And I know at the end of the day, there's only so much I can control. And I try to be there for her the best I can. But at the end of the day, I have to live my own life as well. Or I get to live my own life as well. But it does make me sad that, she does feel sad. And, there's been moments where I have been really hard on her. About I don't even know how many months ago it was, like maybe 5 months ago, or maybe even sooner, I had a really frank conversation with her and said, hey, we haven't had the best relationship going forward. In the past, but I'm so grateful for you now, and I love you. But at the end of the day, like, you also have to take responsibility. You can't blame 100% of your divorce on dad. You're 50. There's 2 relationships, and it's very irresponsible to place 100% of the blame on him, because ultimately we all are responsible for our lives, right? So for me, the fact that I was an asshole to my ex-girlfriends, like, yes, I was responsible for that too, right? And I would like to think that I'm 100% responsible, right? Because I think it's when you place the blame on someone else, you lose power, essentially. You're giving the power to someone else. So for me, when I called up my ex-girlfriends and acknowledged the fact that I was an asshole or that I was unfaithful, whether it was just even kissing another girl or even just thinking about someone else, right? That's 100% me, and I can't blame it on my father, tumultuous relationship with my mother. I can't blame it on anyone else but me, because ultimately I did that, and not my ex-girlfriend, not Sally or Ashley or anyone else who I've even had a fling with, and I was not emotionally available for them. Like, that was all me. So didn't think I would be talking about this morning vulnerability, but I do think it's important to be responsible for our lives, and I'm responsible for not hitting my quota in Q3, and now that's why I'm having a great quarter so far. I've already passed halfway my quota from last year, or what I hit for last year. So I'm in a good place. I'm responsible for. There's no way I'm not hitting my quota and there's no way I'm not hitting my year quota by the end of this year. I'm putting in all the effort. I'm putting in the man hours, the grind, because ultimately I'm responsible, right? My fiance was furloughed, so just reflecting yesterday, it is helping me have more purpose. And it's funny because when there's pressure put on me, that's when I produce, right? Like, when I know that, hey, she doesn't have a job right now, I'm gonna have to step up, or I get to step up. It's so much more empowering for me to look at it as a way to energize me instead of make me lose energy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this stream of consciousness that I'm unloading onto you. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you listen to it, and even a simple like, hey, I listened to your last episode, thank you. It means a lot, honestly, because I've released, according to my podcast things, it says like I have like 1,000 downloads, right, in the last 2 weeks, but you would never know, right? It's like not one person ever reaches out to me, but lately there's been 2 people that have reached out to me, so thank you all. And I think it's because I'm words of affirmation. I need it more than most people. But I do think, honestly, like, I've never had anyone say anything bad when I've acknowledged someone and saw someone for who they are, right? I've never, like, had someone be like, you're over-acknowledging me, right? It's rare. 90% of the time, people are like, wow, thank you. So, who can you acknowledge today, even if it's a little, for me, I will acknowledge 10 people today via a card, because I love it, and it's bringing it back old school, baby. Alright, guys, love you. Let me know what your thoughts are. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.